Alright, so here we go. We started with the boys yesterday. No.
Girls yesterday.
Girls yesterday, so we start with the boys today. Alright, so we have 2 to the 4th plus 7. What is this part of that number called? Great, Gabe. It is the big number. It does start with a B. Eats?
The base number.
The base number. So the larger number when you have an exponent is the base number. And this little number is called the exponent. What does the little number or the exponent tell us? Eliza.
How many times to, add?
Not add. Polly?
How many times to multiply the base number?
Very good. We're going to and it's going to be how many factors we have. So this is a 4, so we're going to have 4 factors. And what is the factor going to be each time?
2.
Gabby, 2. So 2 times 2, Clay.
2 times 2 equals 8. 2 times 2 equals 4.
2 times 2 equals 4. 4 times 2 eats?
4 times 2 equals 8. 4 times 2 equals
8
8.
times 2, Neely?
36.
Too big. Try 8 times 2, just doubling 8. What's 8 plus 8?
16.
Yep, so 8 times 2, say the whole thing.
8 times 2 equals 24.
No, you were right, it was 16.
16.
Just think about it this way. When you have 2 times 8, you're just doubling it, so it's just like 8 plus 8. So 2 times 8 equals 16. Everybody. 2 times 8 equals 16. So that's 16, then plus 7. Gabby?
16 plus
No.
Oh.
So what's 16 plus 7?
16 plus 7 is 23.
Equals 23, so that is correct. Good job with the exponents. Okay, then we have square root of 121 plus 12. Well, the square root, if you remember, is asking what number, and we'll say that we'll get hands down. Now the reason why I'm using a letter here is this is called a variable. Because at this point, I don't know what the number is. So A stands for any number. And I multiply that by times itself equals 121. So I'm trying to figure out what A is. So what number, Lee, times itself equals
11.
11. Because 11 times 11 equals what? Say the whole thing.
11 times 11 equals 121.
11 times 11 equals 121. Very good. So then the value of that is 11. 11 plus 12, Eleanor.
11 plus 12. 23.
Very good. 23, so that is correct. Okay, then we have 15 plus 8. Gabriel, 15 plus 8.
23.
Yep. Now we have 15 minus 8. You know 15 minus 8? Dudley.
15 minus 8 is 7.
That's correct. Okay, so that's incorrect because today was the 23rd, not the 7th. We have 123 minus 100. The nice thing about this is every digit in our minuend is greater or equal to every digit in our subtrahend, which means we don't have to do what? We don't have to borrow. We don't have to say, hey, neighbor. We don't have to do any of that stuff. So, what's 123 minus 100, Polly?
123 minus 100 equals 23.
And another cool thing to think about is, how many hundreds do I have in my minuend? Anybody?
1.
1. And I'm taking 100 away. So that's going to leave everything else. So it's just like getting rid of that 100. So it's 23, so that's correct. Alright, we have 7 squared, or 7 to the 2nd power, plus 5, plus 4. So what does this exponent tell us?
2.
Gabby.
How many times?
Well, let's try how many factors I'm going to have. And what is the factor going to be, Anissa?
7.
7. So I have 7 times 7. Matt, what is 7 times 7? This is one of the reasons that I have your homework being practice your basic facts. What's 7 times 7, Eliza?
49.
Say the whole thing, please.
7 times 7 equals 49.
Everybody, 7 times 7 equals 49. So right now we're at 49. 49 plus 5 equals 54. Plus 4 equals 58. So I'm not sure what happened there. I know exactly what happened. Who knows what happened? I'm going to see if you can figure it out. Gabe?
I think the person who did it might have thought it was 7 plus 7.
Or 7 times 2.
Or 7
That is a very common mistake with exponents. A lot of people think you take the base number and multiply it times the exponent. No. The exponent exponent tells you how many factors you have, in this case 2, and each it tells you what the factor is, 7 times 7. It's a very common mistake, but you're exactly right, Gabe. Because if we did 7 times 2, we get 14, 19, 23. But remember, that's not how exponents work. 22 plus 1 equals 23. We have 100 times 2 plus 23 minus 200. Now, order of operations says, what do we do first?
Multiplication.
Multiplication. Thank you, Gabe. So it's nice, though, because the multiplication is first, so we would do it first anyway. 100 times 2, Gabe.
200.
Oh, yeah, it's not basic fact. So 200. Plus 23. 223. Thank you, Julia. Minus 200, Richard.
23.
Right, because we have 223 as our minuend. We're taking 2 of the hundreds away. It leaves us with 23.
Just like the 100.
Just like it, exactly, Caroline. Just like the previous problem that we had was 123. Good job. All right. Ooh. Oh wait, these are 2 separate problems, right? Okay. So we have 4 squared plus 5. Is that plus 4? And who did this one?
Me.
Is that plus 4? Okay. We have to do the exponents first. So 4 squared, or 4 to the second power. How many factors am I going to have, everybody? 2. The exponent tells me how many factors. So I'm going to have 2 factors. And what's that factor going to be? Anybody? 4. So now we have 4 times 4. 4 times 4, Richard.
4 times 4 equals 16.
4 times 4 equals 16. So then we have 16 plus 5 equals anybody?
19. 21.
21 plus 4?
25.
25. Minus 3?
22.
Plus 1?
23.
Very good. All right, then we have 33 plus 33 minus 66 plus 23. So 33 plus 33, which is also 33 times 2. Eliza, 33 plus 33. 66. Very good. Then we're taking away 66, so what do we have? 0. Then we're adding 23. So where are we now?
23.
23. So it's like on the number line. We started at 33. We worked up, went up to 66. Then we went down to 0. Then we went back up to 23. All right, so that is correct. Then we have 60 times 2 divided by 10 plus 10 minus 1 plus 2. Now, luckily, we have our multiplication and division in the first. Now, whenever your multiplication and division share a number, like in this case 2. 2 is the second factor in our multiplication problem. It's also the dividend in our division problem. Okay? Whenever you have a multiplication or division problem that shares a number, you just go left to right. So I'm going to do the multiplication first. If division was here and multiplication were here, then I would do division first. So when they share a number, you go left to right. So 60 times 2. Well, what basic fact is going to help me with 60 times 2? Polly.
6 times 2.
Very good. And Polly, what is 6 times 2?
6 times 2 equals 3. Or not 3.
Not division.
12.
12. 6 times 2 equals 12. Now, it's not 12 ones. We're dealing with 12 tens. So what is 12 tens worth? Richard?
120.
120. So we're sitting at 120. So we have 120 as our dividend. Then we're dividing it by 10. So 10 is our divisor, and we're looking for our quotient. Now, we can eliminate, we know, if we count by tens, we can count by tens to solve this. We can do repeated subtraction. What else could we do? Anybody?
You could take out both zeros and then do 12 divided by 1.
Yeah, we could do that. We could take out both zeros. That's a shortcut. 12 divided by 1. Division, dance, divide. Multiply, subtract, bring down, restart. What else can we do?
Draw 2 dots, or draw 120 dots would take a long time.
And put them in the groups of
10.
10. Yeah, we can do all that. What else can we do?
Repeated addition.
We can do repeated addition. We can do repeated subtraction. We can do all these things. They should all equal, what's 12 divided by 1?
12.
12. The identity property of division, my friends. When you divide by 1, you get 12 divided by 1. Try this again. Any number divided by itself equals itself. That's wrong. Any number divided by 1 equals itself. Any number divided by itself equals 1. I just totally messed you up. Sorry. Any number divided by 1 equals itself. That's the identity property of multiplication or division. Okay, so we are at 12 plus 10 equals 22. Minus 1 equals
21.
plus 2 equals
23.
very good. All right. last one here. 8 times 8 plus 36 minus 78 plus 1. 8 times 8, Caroline.
8 times 8 equals 64.
Yes, 8 times 8 equals 64. Plus 36. So we have 64 is an add-end. 36 is an add-end. We do 4 plus 6. What's 4 plus 6, Woodson?
4 plus 6 is...
Equals?
4 plus 6 equals... 4 plus 6 equals 10.
10. Now, we can't put a 10 in the ones place because the ones place can only hold up to 9 ones. So, we trade that 10 in for a or those 10 ones in for 1 10. We don't have any ones left. We carry that 1 10 up to our tens place. Then we do 1 plus 6 equals what, Anissa?
1 plus 6 equals 7.
Very good. And then 7 plus 3, Clay?
7 plus 3 equals 10.
Again, we can't put 10 in the tens place. We can only put up to 9 tens. So, we trade that 10 tens in for 100. It comes over here. Now, I know most of you don't do that, but I just want you to visualize this a little bit. So, but we don't have any tens left, and we have 100. So the answer there is 100. Then we're going to subtract 78. So 100 is our minuend, and 78 is our
subtrahend.
Very good. We do 0 minus 8. Can we do that?
No.
No. So we say, hey neighbor, and
Somebody's home. Nobody's
oh my goodness. So we have to say it even louder. So we say, hey neighbor. We go all the way to the hundreds and
Somebody's home.
so we take that 100 away. Leaves me with how many hundreds?
0.
0. I slide that 100 into the tens place. That 100 breaks into how many tens?
10.
10. I add it to the 0 I have. Now I have 10 tens. Now I have a neighbor right next door. And I can take one of those tens away, leaving me with 9. I slide that 10 into the ones place, and it breaks into how many ones?
10.
10. 10 minus 8 equals 2. 9 minus 7 equals 2. So we're at 22. Then we add 1, 23. Very good. All right, so let's, oh, boys. Oh, we didn't get them all right. We almost got them all right. There's a 5-point bonus when you get them all right. We got uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. Is that 10? All right, 10 there. And I got to pick by Mr. Hoff. So 10. All right. I like it. There's a couple of them that I like. Who did this one? Have you been nominated yet, Gabe?
No, sir.
Okay. I'm sure you Gabe this time. Mr. Hoff for today. So why don't you go ahead, Gabe, and get a dry erase board and write that down so I can take your picture plenty of time. Dry erase boards are right over there.
Right here.
Mac knows where they are. All right, to the girls. 20 plus 3, 23. 19 plus 4 equals 23. 33 minus 10 equals 23. And here's a little shortcut. How many tens are in 33? 3. I'm taking one of them away. Now, how many tens? 2. So 23 is the answer. Okay, we have square root of 16 times 5 plus 3. So I have to do my square root first. I've got a number, a, times itself equals 16. What number times itself, every hand should go up. What number times itself equals 16? Gabriel. No, one? Not 1.
16.
No, 16 times 16 does not equal 16. Okay. Gabby? No. Hey, I want you to participate. Yes. Oh, you want to put one on my desk? That'd be great. You want to try again, Gabriel? No. We'll come back. Dudley. 4. 4 times 4 equals 16. So the value of that is 4. Then we get to 4 times 5. Eads, what's 4 times 5? Thank you. Happy birthday. 4 times 5 equals 20. So now we're at 20 plus 3 equals 23. Then we have the square root of 100 times the square root of 16 plus the square root of 4 minus 42 plus 42 minus 42 plus 23. And we'll see what happens. So I'm assuming to this point, what should it be? What should the value from here to here be?
0.
Why? Lee, why? Why do you know what this should be?
Because the end says plus 23.
Right, so it can't be anything but 0. If it's anything but 0, it's not going to work. Okay? Go ahead. Just have it, keep it at your desk. Alright, so we have a number. B, we'll call it. Times itself equals 100. What number times itself equals 100?
10.
Yes, Gabriel, nice work. So 10 times 10 equals 100. So that is the square root of 100. Then we have 16. Well, we just did that one, so that's 4. And we have the square root of 4. What number times itself, Julia, equals 4? 2. So we have all of our first step done. So then we have to do our multiplication first because of order of operations. 10 times 4. 10 times 4, Polly.
40.
Try again.
10 times 4 equals 40.
10 times 4 equals 40. So now we're at 40. Plus 2 is going to equal
42.
minus 42 equals
0.
plus 42 equals
42.
minus 42 equals
0.
plus 23 equals
23.
Very good. All right. Then we have 3 to the third power, or 3 cubed, times 8 divided by 2 minus 13. So we have an exponent here. How many factors am I going to have? 3. And what's each factor going to be?
3.
So it's 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3, Gabby.
3 times 3 equals 9.
3 times 3 equals 9. 9 times 3, Lee.
27. 9 times 3 equals 27.
9 times 3 equals 27. So we have 27. Oh, Lordy. Now we got to do 27 times 8. So we have 27. That's one of our factors. Then we have 8. So this is not a basic fact. Hands down. Okay. So we're going to use, for now, partial products. Again, as you move on through multiplication, as you become more comfortable with multiplication, eyes up here, please. As you become more comfortable, you're not going to have to do partial products. But when you first start out, when you do this more complicated multiplication, I really want you using partial products because that shows you understand the process. And that's very important to understand the process of mathematics. So, we're going to multiply times the 1s, then we're going to multiply times the 10s. So what's my first multiplication problem?
8 times 7.
Very good. Then 8 times what?
20.
Not 2.
20.
20. You multiply times the value of that place. So the 7 is worth 7. The 2 is worth 20. Yes, Polly?
I'm just saying the answer. Oh, never mind.
Okay. 8 times 7, Eleanor.
8 times 7 equals 56.
Nice work. 8 times 7 equals 56. Now, Gabriel, what basic fact's going to help me on this one?
8 plus 20.
No. 8 times 2. That's the basic fact that's going to help me. Gabriel, what is 8 times 2?
16.
Say
8
the-
times 2
8 times 2 equals
equals 16.
16. But remember, this is not 16 ones, it's 16 tens. Dudley, what is 16 tens worth? 160. Very good. Then we just add up 6, 11, 216. So we're sitting at 216 right now. And we're going to divide that by 2. So our dividend is 216. Our divisor is 2. What's one way we could solve that, Richard?
You could just do division dance.
Division dance. Divide. Multiply. Subtract. Bring down. Restart. What else could we do? If we get stuck, what else could we do? Polly.
Repeated addition and repeated subtraction.
I could skip count by 2s until I got to 216. That may take a while. But you could do it. Or I could do repeated subtraction. I subtract 2 from my dividend until I can't subtract it anymore. Stop writing, please, Eliza. Okay? But it's going to take a while. What else could I do? Gabe?
You could do 216 dots and put in 2 groups.
Or 2 groups or groups of 2. I could draw a picture. Lots of different ways. But again, math is the pursuit of laziness. So we want to find the easiest way. But knowing all the other ways tells me that you understand how to divide. You knowing that you can do all those different things means you understand division. Does it mean that you get division right all the time? No. But it means you understand it. So, we're going to do the division hands. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, restart. 2 goes into 2. How many times, everybody? 1. So I put it up where my quotient goes, or my answer, my quotient. So I've divided. Then I multiply. 2 times 1. 2 times 1 equals?
2.
Very good. So I multiply. I put the 2 underneath. Then I subtract. 2 minus 2 equals?
0.
0. Then I bring down the 1. Then I restart. So 1 is my new dividend. Can I do 1 divided by 2? I mean, I can, but I'm not going to get a whole number. Can I get a group of 2 out of 1? No. So, what do you think I'm going to put up here? Say it again, Richard.
0.
0. That's exactly right. 2 goes into 1 0 times. Okay? So, now I multiply. 2 times 0 equals
0.
0. The 0 property of multiplication, right there. So we put a 0 down there. Then we subtract. And we get 1. Then we bring down the 6. 2 goes into 16 how many times? 8. Very good. So we divide it again. Then we multiply. 2 times 8 equals 16. Very good. So we're at 16. Then we subtract. We get 0. Is there anything left to bring down?
No.
No. So I'm done. I don't have any remainder. So my quotient equals 108. So we're sitting at 108 now. Oh, I know exactly what happened here. Minus 13. 108 minus 13. We're going to work through this, but I know what happened. 5. Take 1 away. I tend to 95. Who can tell me what happened? It's very similar to what happened over there.
They did minus 13 before.
No. 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 Gabe?
They did 3. They thought it was 3 plus 3 plus 3.
They thought it was 3 times 3, which would be 20, or it would be 9. That would be 72. That would be 36, and that would be 23. But remember, the exponent is not the base number times the exponent. That's not what it is. The exponent tells you how many factors, and the base number is the factor. Who did this one? Does that make sense, Eads?
Yes.
Okay. So I know what's great about this is that we learn from our mistakes. Now we're learning from our mistakes. Okay. 7 times 3 plus 2. 7 times 3. I'm just going to start with Polly. 7 times 3.
7 times 3 equals 21.
7 times 3
3
equals
equals
21.
21.
Plus 2 equals 23. 24 minus 1 equals 23. Square root of 100, Matt. What's the square root of 100? What number times itself equals 100? 10. 10 times 2, Eliza.
20.
Say the whole thing, please.
10 times 2 equals 20.
10 times 2 equals 20. Plus 3 equals 23. Very good. So we have 32 minus 23 equals 9. Plus 27 equals 36. Minus 4 equals 32. So that's incorrect. Square root of 100, we've done it several times already today. It is 10 because 10 times 10 equals 100. Minus 15. Now what's interesting is that's going to take us where? Negative. We're on a number line. We're sitting at 10. We go 15. If you're looking at this way here. Here's the number line. Here's 0. Here's 10. We're going to go 10 that way. Then how many more to go 15 total steps? How many more are we going to take back? We've taken 10 out of 15. How many more do we have left? 5. So we're going to end up at negative 5. But then we add 5. So we're going to walk back towards 0. So now where are we?
0.
We're at 0. Then we go to minus 20. So now we're back down at negative 20. Plus 3 is going to take us to negative 17. So that's not going to work.
Wait, I think they thought it was supposed to be plus 20.
Maybe. If it was plus 20, that would have worked. Okay, if that was plus 20. That's a good catch, Matt. All right. Did I do them all?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho. Ocho? Have a tie. Oh, no, we don't. Okay. We have 8. Now, I need to pick my Mr. Hoff. Let's see here. Who did this one?
I did.
Have you been nominated yet?
No. Yes.
Polly is Mr. Hoff.
Wait.
Yes. Okay? So let's look over here.
I should write mine down, right?
He just asked about Riley. Let me explain what happened in their class today. The girl, if you notice, my class, the girls only got 3 correct. Okay? 1 wasn't very challenging. 2 were challenging. 2 were impressive. The 2 people that were impressive were Riley and Sloan. I had to choose one of them. That's why Riley is again up here. If I have to do it, I will nominate someone twice in a week. But I'm going to try to avoid it. Does that make sense, Gabe?
Yeah.
Gabe, does it make sense? What I'm saying is, I didn't have a choice. I had to pick one of the 2 because there were only 3 choices and 1 was too easy. So there were only 2 choices left, and they were either Sloan or Riley. So Riley's was more challenging than Sloan, so I picked Riley. In this case, I've got several. You have 8 correct. I have plenty to choose from. Okay? So let's look at our data set. We're adding 2 more numbers to our data set. 10 and 8. What do you predict is going to happen to our average or mean? 10 and 8. Our average was 9 or 8. What do you think is going to happen?
Go up.
Think it might go up? Why?
Because the boys had one more than yesterday, but the girls stayed the same, so it'll probably go up one.
Think it might go up a little bit? Okay. What about our mode? Is our mode going to change?
Yes.
Why, Caroline? What's going to happen?
Because there's now the girls got the same thing, 8.
Okay.
And the boys had 8.
So how many 8s are there?
3.
3. So 8 is going to be our mode all by itself. But remember, before we really do anything to our thing, what do we have to do to our data set, to our numbers, before we start doing anything? Matt?
The division then?
Nope. What do we do, Gabby? Least to greatest. Very good. So we're going to have 8, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11, 12. And so we should have 8 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. So now we're going to find the average or the mean. What do I do first to find the average or the mean? I should see more hands going up. So that means some of you are paying attention. Neela, do you remember what we do first?
Do you split it?
I don't split it. Not yet. Anissa?
Add
I add them up. I find the sum of my data set. So I'm just going to do it real quick. That's 24. That's 33. That's 42. 52. 63. 75. So we're at 75 is our sum of our data set. Then we divide by what? What do we divide by? Some of you aren't paying attention. What do we divide by? What would make sense? Yesterday we divided by 6. The day before we divided by 4. The day before we divided by 2. Gabriel?
8.
Why 8?
Because it goes up by 2 every day.
Okay, but why 8? You're right. I do divide by 8, but why? It did go by 2, but why did it go by 2 every day? Gabe?
Because it was the lowest number.
No, good guess though. Eleanor?
Because there's a lot of more 8s than all.
No, that's another good. I like your thinking, brother. Neely, why?
Because there's more numbers.
How many numbers are there?
There's 8.
There are 8 numbers. You divide by the number of items in your data set. There are 8 numbers in our data set, so that's what we divide by. So we're going to do the division dance. I know we can draw a picture. We can do repeated subtraction. 8 goes into 75 9 times without going over it. That's going to be 72. Subtract, we get 3. Nothing left to bring down. So 9 remainder 3. It stayed the same.
Because
It stayed the same. That's kind of weird that it stayed. Yes, Gabe, what do you think?
because 9 was our like 9 was our mean yesterday, but if you like it's in the middle of 10 and 8, and
I see what you're saying. You're on the right track. You're on the right track. The amount we added made it so, yeah. All right. The median, guess what? The median stays the same. The range stays the same. The only thing that changed was what? The mode. Because we had 8. 8 appears 3 times, 9 only appears twice. So there's our changes for the day. Okay. If helping duo could erase the board, please.